Oh well, I'll copy it. Going over past papers is a good way to revise, but what most people do is this. Wait, I got the answer wrong? What? I'll just copy down the answer. This defeats the entire purpose of past papers, which is to test how much you know and to learn from your mistakes. Make sure you understand what the mark scheme says, as this will make it easier to memorize. So if a similar question comes up in the exam, you know the correct answer and it will seem like an easy few marks. Rubbish mark schemes. But sometimes the mark schemes just don't make sense. Once you read it and you still don't understand it, there are two things you can do. Ask your teachers directly about it, as they would have looked at these past papers multiple times already, so should be able to help you to understand it, and it's sort of their job to help you. Or look over the past paper walkthroughs on YouTube, as the teachers there might give you a better explanation, or give you steps for working out for any maths questions in some subjects. Bonus tip. I found that mentality was very important when I studied. You know, in those situations where you should be studying, but you just don't want to. At that point, it's about motivation and discipline. I've been there too. Sometimes I just don't want to study, but I think to myself why I should be studying and why do I even want good grades in the first place? Answering those questions might help you to start working. And subscribe if this video has been helpful so far. It makes my day and it's also free. Do this if you get distracted. It happens to all of us. We just get distracted. But the important thing here is when you get distracted, put the distraction in the bin. I find it helpful to just put my phone out of arm's reach. There's no point in still scrolling or staring out the window, as you will just be wasting precious time. And you can waste time later in the day if you want to. Just get rid of that distraction. Playing music in the background can help you maintain focus on working and not focus on distractions. Try piano, lo-fi, and I like motivational music. Maintaining focus. Most students cannot focus for more than an hour. To work around this, it might help for you to plan regular breaks. This can keep you away from burnout and let your brain take in information that you've been studying. Using the Pomodoro technique is an example of how you can implement this, where you work for 25 minutes and take a 5-minute break, and then repeat this. Or if you can work for longer, you could try working for 50 minutes, then taking a 10-minute break instead. Suitable things to do in the break can be meditation, stretching, or going for a short walk. Just don't do something that will mean you get distracted and then never come back to work. Do this before you study. You might waste a lot of time even before studying, like just by getting everything you need together and ready. And here you might also get distracted. Try and have everything you need ready the night before, or your textbooks, stationery, and any websites that you use. This means you have more time to study and prepare for exams during the day, instead of wasting time. Do this before you study, part 2. To go with the last tip, try setting goals the night before as well. Having an idea of what you actually want to complete the next day will mean your day is more structured. For example, your goals could be to complete a biology paper, cover maths questions on trigonometry, and revise alcohols in chemistry. Pair this with the last tip. These goals can provide you with motivation. Since you've set these goals for yourself, it makes you want to complete them before the end of the day. And the days where I don't set a plan for myself, I feel like I haven't done anything useful with the day, which can affect me mentally. It just feels like I've wasted a ton of time. So having a plan can also help you feel like you've accomplished something, the most important one. This is probably the number one thing that improved my grades. I've mentioned past papers and questions already. These are known as active recall techniques. They help you practice for your exam, which is much better than just rereading your notes. So questions test how much of the content you remember, and then you can focus your studying on the questions you get wrong, or the stuff that you don't remember, meaning you don't waste time studying the stuff that you already know. And with the questions you do get wrong, learn from the mark schemes so you get it right next time. And think about it. For a marathon, you run to practice. For an exam, it doesn't really make sense to reread notes. A little memorization tip. Alongside practice questions and active recall, drawing can help with memorization. Having a visual representation of information can be much easier to understand and then memorize compared to just reading words. Drawing diagrams within your notes about certain processes or steps is something which I like to do to help me understand topics which can be difficult to take in, and it just makes my notes nicer to look at. Bonus tip. This one may have saved my A-levels. Whenever I got something wrong or not fully correct on a past paper, I would first of all understand where I went wrong and then make a separate note of these mistakes. This helped me realize what I was weak at, so I could focus my revision on those topics. And I could have a look at this piece of paper before the exam, or also draw diagrams on them. This way the stuff that I got wrong would be fresh in my mind beforehand, so if it came up, then I should be able to do better than I did last time. If you're new here, I'm Somya, and I don't know about you, but sometimes I want to study, but I'm just too tired after uni. I don't know if it will help you, but I have a video covering what I do when this happens to me, which you can check out here. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in another video. Bye bye.